Wow, we're live. Here we go. Naruto 682. This should be pretty quick. And let's go ahead. I'm on the first page. We've got Kage. There's a few things we're going to spend a little more time on. But I'm going to go right to the bottom. I mean, we can go all over here. I don't know. I tell you what, Black Zetsu to me is just the most awesome evil sidekick. I'm loving this guy. I don't know, or her, or it, or whatever. I don't know what you're trying to do, but Mother has absorbed every known jutsu. Anything you attempt is meaningless. You know, he's like, I can almost see him perched on her shoulder or something, you know. Almost like the little guy on Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars or something. I just love it. So anything on the first page you guys want to talk about?
No, I'm still adjusting to seeing the Zetsu having so much personality.
The guy's awesome, and then Kage is just kind of, he's even given her strategy, but even though that's later on, I mean, he's, like I said, that's an issue in and of itself, but I am jumping ahead. Okay, and then we got Naruto, of course, is saving everybody, and what is she doing? It looks like she's just glaring at us right now. Okay, and then, now Kakashi's doing a lot of thinking. He's like, look, this is like no Gengetsu. That's another thing we can get into. Is the whole thing is this jumping around? Is she recreating the same place, or is she jumping to different parts of a, of the same like planet or something? Or is she just recreating it? Is she going to different dimensions? Because they kind of seem to say different things. They say he's like, this is no Gengetsu. She has power to forcibly pull us into this dimension. This is on a completely different level than anything we've ever encountered. It's as if she were a god. That's Kakashi, right? So, but of course she does. Well, anyway, I keep jumping ahead. And of course, how do you plan on fighting that that way? And here, right at the bottom of the page, is he. Okay, now we get into the whole Obito thing. But you never. This might very well be the end of all of us, but you never know until you try. And that's where he's got his hands on Obito's chest, right? So he's gonna heal Obito. Isn't that why you've continued to come back until now? And we can kind of talk about that. And also, James, you put a comment on how many times does he have to sacrifice himself?
Obito, man, Obito's gonna live longer than all of us combined.
He is King Cockroach. Man, he is never. He's just gonna keep going and going. And like I say, I mean, this guy, the only person that's been around longer is Black Zetsu, but good luck beating that guy's record. Since they sealed Kage, that guy's been running around the world causing trouble. Causing trouble.
I think I can't remember who said it, but I think Obito is going to be the plot device to actually take Kaguya down.
Yeah.
Well, we need a three-man cell, I suppose.
Well, if he could, because look, they're separated. Because the plan was Sasuke and Naruto to seal her, and now they're separate. So, and you know that the Death Reaper requires a sacrifice, right? So he'll probably be that sacrifice, I would assume. Because I mean, look, he started a war. All the things he's done, there's nowhere for him to go back to. If he survives this, he's going to get what? Put in prison at best, or executed.
You really can't put him in prison, though. I wouldn't, unless he got some sea stone cuffs. I'm not going to bet on it, though.
Well, they've got prisons so that we can, let's say Nin, where they could take his chakra away or whatever. They could drain him. They could keep him where he can't use his stuff. But yeah, even but his power, if he ever did get powered up, he'd just take off. So yeah, that's kind of rough to jail. So yeah, I'd probably have to just kill him. I bet. Here we go. Okay. Naruto, I've been secretly practicing this technique over the Rasengan. I think this might give us our best shot. Okay. All right. So Sasuke's getting ready. Let's do it. And then, bam. Right? And then he jumps in there, and she's like, okay, he's coming right at me. And then He makes a whole bunch of clones, and she's looking, and then now it looks like a gay bar. Reverse harem no jitsu.
It's like the Blue Oyster. Now, okay, now who all do you see here? These like Sugetsu. That looks like Kabuto in the back corner.
One looks like Sai. One looks like Jugo on the right.
Oh, I'm surprised Sasuke. I mean, is there Sasuke in there in the bottom right corner?
I don't know. Oh, you mean you think that's Sasuke on the right instead of
One of them
Sai?
got to be Sasuke, dark haired person.
Oh, you know what? It would make sense because Sasuke on the left is like looking right at it. Or wait a minute, what's that on the left?
I don't know.
There's one on the left. That's good because Sasuke can't be that close. Well, oh my gosh, there's even people. If you look in the corner, she's totally surrounded, man. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that could be
five,
Sasuke on the
6,
floor.
7, 8, 9, 10. Could be. There's 10. I'm counting 10. He's got 10. And then we get comedy, and Sakura on the left she's got the, I guess, what was it, King Kai, or who was it back in the Dragon Ball Z days would get a nosebleed, or you know in anime sometimes they get a nosebleed when they see a woman or something like that.
Yeah, he had it bad.
Yeah, so she sees 10 dudes, and Sakura's, she's got one nostril going now, and Kage just seems kind of stunned, and now we've got this thing where Sakura's got the double nosebleed going on. It worked. Oh my God, this is the history of ninja, bitch. Now Naruto.
Like, I wonder who had the pleasure of doing Kage. They had to been scared out their mind.
Well, and that gets us to
I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, well, that gets into another thing is who is people are curious about who that guy was. So, and then they get close, and then huh? Yeah, go ahead.
I just gotta say, the chapters. I can't say they've been dark, but they've been so defeat oriented. Someone's got to be defeated. I actually enjoyed that bit of comedy there. I'm glad they brought it back.
It was needed. It was needed. I like I said, I hated it to begin with. I couldn't believe it, and I said, "Oh my God!" And then, but when I saw it, it was needed, and it did work. But I mean, the comedy rolls on. Kakashi's like, "Are you watching this, Jiraiya Sensei?" Of course, Jiraiya was the pervert sage. So his thing was, huh? Yeah.
It seems like being a pervert is the way to go in Naruto world.
Yeah, the pervy sage. That's what Jiraiya was known as. I'm sure he's proud somewhere. And a little disturbing here because Jiraiya's like, he resembles myself more than Minato, especially the cute parts. And then they're down there. They're about to seal her, of course. And I actually really like this because she freezes everybody. I played a lot of Warcraft, so just freezing yourself in a nice block, she freezes everybody within range, and then she just is able to port herself out of it. So I thought that worked out pretty well. I actually really enjoyed it, and they got pretty close to her, so almost worked.
There's something I'm kind of curious about. Okay, so if Clone Naruto can float or fly and keep everybody else up out the ice now, why don't they just go to the ground somewhere?
What if she changed it back again a lot? No, you'd never really see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing too. Is this okay? I'm on this panel. It's got no dialogue. It's showing the castle or whatever on the upper right. I want to ask you guys: is she just making this a lava at one point, and then she's making it ice? Is she changing the same place, or is she just porting to these places near these buildings? And is it somehow that she ports to these buildings? Because when they port to places, they have to have a location, right? So is it she just
Yeah.
could jump around this planet or something to all these places?
I think I think Kaguya acts outside of time because that's a favorite phrase now in Naruto. And I think according to what Sage Itachi said like 200 chapters ago, every jutsu has its weakness, and I think that castle is the weakness of her jutsu. And she needs a frame of reference to keep going back and forth. And that whatever this castle is, that's her frame of reference.
All right, that makes sense. But it could be one castle or it could be different because we've seen like a fuller vision of this, but the other one we just saw like a piece. So it could be that her frame of reference is these different castles at different places, but you're saying it could even be the same place just in a different time, right?
Yeah, just different seasons. We've seen yeah different seasons, except for the whole Star Wars planet.
Well,
Some of
I
that
would say
function.
there's probably not a lava season, but yeah, I mean, she's definitely two places. Another thing is when we get to the point with Sasuke, is there a building around there? Because we're getting back to point of reference. You know, that could be a possibility.
It
Yeah,
seems like she don't want to get her hands dirty for some reason.
In Sakura, a lot of people got pissed at this. This little what I'm going to read right here. A lot of people got really pissed. Sakura's like, Naruto, how's Sasuke-kun?
Uh,
I
A
would
lot
be
of
a
people
little bit
don't like it.
upset personally.
Yeah.
And that made me upset. Most Sasuke Kun would have had her die.
Yeah. It was,
You know,
that's
I'm just saying. It's the truth. I mean, he said it himself, and she heard him, but she's still on Sasuke Kun.
it's crazy, isn't it? It's something else.
It's Kishi's fault.
Yes, it is. And then we go to Kishimoto. This feels the same last time when we were sent to the lava world. I'm sure this is to be the enemy's ability, so I don't know. Like I said, same planet, is it different dimensions and different but like you say, why are they having these similar type of buildings? I keep waiting for somebody to come out of the building or something. Something. She's gonna fight something. That's what she needs Zetsus, right? So I guess we're gonna have to find out whatever it is she needed on the Zetsu army for.
Yeah, my favorite panel of this whole page was Naruto saying, "Eh."
He don't know what's going on. He don't understand jutsus.
That was,
Seems like Kakashi agree with you though
Yeah.
about the seasons. To be able to be able to rewrite an entire world in an instant down to all the things in it. Seems like I don't know.
and all Sakura wrote about is Sasuke Kun.
And it's right now. I've skipped ahead. It's Sasuke's gonna. This time we're gonna go with my plan. I'll need your cooperation. So Sasuke's gonna get another one. And then, like I said, I really like him like Zetsu now. Mother, these two are becoming a nuisance. How about we separate the two of them and pick them off one at a time? Now, this guy's got strategy and he's got personality, and he's the one that's coming up with the plans, not Kaguya, it seems like, right? I don't know if
Yeah.
she's like still groggy or something from coming back to life or what, or she's in the battle with, she's not like in full control. I don't know what her deal is.
She hasn't said much. I think Kaguya might be Zetsu.
I would like
You
some
know.
dialogue out of her at least. Yeah, I know she said a few words.
But it is weird. There's something that seems to be going on there. She just seems to be interacting with stuff emotionally. So
Unless you think they're beneath her to talk to.
yeah, I don't know. But I mean, Black Zetsu's just doesn't
Yeah,
seem
he's
to
just-
edit himself, right? He's just like I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how they got caught though. I mean, like she's moving like near the speed of sound or something.
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing with Zabuza, the one that was with Zabuza and that uses the ice mirrors, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it's the same technique. Wherever it creates one of these ice mirrors, that she can pour it over there. So she just snags him, throws him in the sand.
Hmm.
So then it gets us back to Obito. I don't know. Like I said, there's the same questions. Is this the same planet? Are these all different dimensions? What's going on? So anyway, what do you guys? Any part of this chapter? What do you guys? Is there anything you want to bring up? You want to go back to?
Do y'all guys think Obito probably have like a different power having this two Mangekyo Sharingans in?
You mean Obito has a power up or something?
I don't know anything. They also say two Sharingans.
Well, he's cheated death 7 times now, so should be more powerful.
Well, my favorite. I know this is an old one. A lot of people have used it. The whole thing about Obito's got 99 problems and death isn't one of them. That's one of my favorite lines. It's true. Absolutely true. But I mean, so what could he do? Okay, so he comes back. What his ability, right?
He could go get Sasuke. That would be the most helpful one.
Well,
the most obvious. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a handful fighting about themselves.
Well, how is she gonna be able to stop Obito though? If he can just phase, I mean, she's gonna have a hard time with this guy. The only thing is Black Zetsu knows it, right? So that's the problem in all this. He knows this dude's recorded it all. He knows all this stuff. I mean,
That'd be interesting fight. It's like she has like every jutsu that's been shown in Naruto, like she has it, but it's like to the 10th power. So instead of going to the Obito's I dimension, she has a whole other world that she goes out to, and she gets people caught in her ninjutsu.
Well, let me throw a couple of things out here. One, I've already seen a huge weakness with her. We've already talked about it. Is her strategy? She doesn't seem to be her own sons. She was evidently more powerful, but they were able to seal her, right?
Right.
And already Black Zetsu seems way ahead of her on strategy, so she doesn't seem to be big on strategy. Okay. I think Naruto's ahead of her on strategy. That's not good. So that's a weakness. Also, Kakashi, even though they took Sasuke away, I think this is where Kakashi's going to come in because he's a genius too. He's a really smart guy. So this goes back to basically the way it used to be, except now it's going to be Obito there instead of Sasuke. So I think that Kakashi could run this team to do something interesting. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. This is kind of a hard one to make predictions on, but still.
No, he can't defeat her. If it comes down to it, he'll never beat her with brute strength. Well, Naruto, he'll run out of breath before the end.
Yeah, well, Blue Stand faded away.
They got to seal her, right?
That's the only way. Well, I'm pretty sure Madara gonna pop out of her sooner or later. I doubt if Madara went down like that. Even if he do get sealed, later on in the future. Yeah, to see him disappear, her disappearing too, and he's gone too. That seems like just a waste.
I've got to say, this is how I imagine things going. If any of you watch Dragon Ball Z, because I enjoy referring to DBZ.
Majin Buu?
Yes, exactly. I think at some point they're going to get sucked into. I think those two are going to get sucked into Kaguya, and they're going to go through and have to disconnect whoever's powering up Kaguya. If it's everybody, or if it's just 3 or 4 people, and when they disconnect those folks, she's going to lose power, and at the end, Naruto and Sasuke are going to they're going to get expelled from Kaguya. After that, Naruto and Sasuke are going to take turns fighting her, and Naruto is going to wind up saying, at some point in this chapter, I just want to give you a chance to fight him. I could have beat her a long time ago.
So that would be a total DBZ,
Yes, that's what I'm. That's why I see it going at now, because They can't beat her now. I mean, two of them together can't beat her. And if they start doing if they find a way to do a fusion day.
Well, I think if they get rid of, if they could somehow separate, talk about separating, if they could separate Black Zetsu from her, I think she's done. For me, the real problem is Black Zetsu. He knows everyone's abilities. This guy knows too much, and if they can trap that guy somehow, separate him, seal him off first, then they might have a shot at it.
I'm surprised she just didn't go on here to absorb him. You know.
Well, that's something we could get into a discussion with Life with the Boot right now. Is he? Because this has been going around. Is he a completely separate entity? Is he just a piece of her? Is he little baby Kaguya? What do you think he is, or she is, or it is, or whatever?
Good question. You know, he's got to be more to her than, you know, just a pawn. Because, you know, she was willing to absorb Naruto and Sasuke. Like, all right, give me my chakra back. I'm pretty sure Zetsu got all these, you know, memories recorded. I wondered, did he give it to her already? Well, she already know all their jutsus and stuff since he's been recording it, and he's a part of her.
All right. Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. We're just finishing up. There was no anime. We're just finishing up the chapter here. We're just finishing up on a couple things. What is Black Zetsu?
You said what is Black Zetsu?
Yeah, what's Black Zetsu? Is he a piece of Kaguya? Is he just like baby Kaguya? Is he? I mean, my idea is that he was a white Zetsu. He was a person, then he was a white Zetsu, and then she converted him into a Black Zetsu. Or is he a follower of hers, or so? Is he something completely separate? You know, I mean, what is Black Zetsu?
Well, by the way how they speak, it sounds like they're a relative of Kaguya, or maybe a child or a grandchild, because didn't Black Zetsu said, "Oh, we're her children"?
Well, yeah, he's always referring to her as mother, but that could be literal or figurative or whatever.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't even guess on. It can mean so, you know, one of the two things.
I personally believe that's the brother of the sixth path.
The only thing is he was one of the ones that sealed her, right? So I don't think it's him. I mean, if anything, he's a Death Reaper. I like the idea that the Sage of Six Path's brother was the Death Reaper, and that's how they were able to seal her.
I'd like it for it to be him too.
Yeah. And that means that the Uzumaki would have gone down his line, right? And all that. And since they're big into sealing and all that, to me it all makes sense.
You know, the Hyuga clan had to come from somewhere, so I'm guessing, hopefully,
Well,
you know,
Uzumaki, wait a minute, Uzumaki, Hyuga go down the brothers' range, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. I like that too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now, of course, all our. So, James, what is Black Zetsu?
I'm not sure. I want to say that Black Zetsu was Kaguya's will, but it just seems too easy to say that.
Yeah, you know, just imagine how long Black Zetsu been out. You know, all the things he experienced. So I'm surprised he don't got his own ambition by now. You know, having to deal with, you know, Madara, looking at, you know, everything he's seen. So I don't know if he's got something else planned up his sleeve. I don't know. He could just be like a simple pawn and just obey her, but yeah. Well, it'd be strange if he betrays her. You know, it's gonna be too crazy.
Well, let's talk about the Black Zetsu thing, right? It wasn't just him. Remember, he had all those white Zetsus that have been down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been he had his had his white Zetsu like crew, and he's been running this crew for like forever.
Yeah, I think with Black Zetsu, there's just too much. He has too much story. I guess I'm having a hard time making the connection between Kaguya getting sealed and then Black Zetsu having a plan already to bring her back. Because I don't see how, I don't think it was very likely that Kaguya was thinking she might get sealed one day by her kids and have that plan ready to have her come back several hundred years later.
Well, what was it that when it was said? He said something that she did it before she got sealed. So I guess while it was happening, she, created this thing or told, Black Zetsu, either created Black Zetsu and said do this, or just told him, hey, I'm gonna get sealed, get me out. So
Yeah. It took him a long time to, to actually achieve it. So yeah, he had to figure it out. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he wanted to say the Six Path son to do it. What's his name with the Sharingan? I'm pretty sure he wanted him to do it at first.
well, he tried. Yeah, he tried the son. He tried to get this. Well, the son of the son, the first Uchiha, right? Yeah, tried with
Indra?
him.
Plus,
Yeah,
he
try
had
with
power
Indra.
rage after he didn't get the powers. He went. I guess he went to Uchiha. Went crazy, power hungry.
Well, he had to find a suitable host to bring him back, but I think the I guess I'm having trouble reconciling. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it.
Well, we don't know enough. We don't have enough information yet. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Black Zetsu isn't fleshed out for us. So
Yeah, so I can't say it's probable that she saw all those years ago that she could one day come back. That's the part I'm having trouble with, and that may be the case. I just don't see how it's likely.
well, let me ask you just off the top of my head here. How much longer has this series got to go? I mean, it was supposed to be done the beginning part of the year.
I think it's going to be finished by the end of this year. By the way, how this going?
Yeah, the way it's played out right now, you can't drag it out too much because we'll tell. We get a few panels. It has to be done quickly. At least a Kaguya. You only can fight that monster for so long without something happening.
Well, part of the predictions, how many more chapters we've got before Kaguya gets taken down?
It lasts another year. I'd be surprised.
I'm going to go.
Kaguya, at the end of the year, it should be done with her at least.
I'm saying the last chapter this year, or maybe I'm going to go 30 chapters before Kaguya gets taken down.
I say 35.
36 then, since everybody.
This is like, it's like The Price is Right or something.
Because we were saying, I know someone who said that this manga should be wrapping up in August of this year, and it was 2 years ago when Kishimoto said he's going to end this manga, and
It was, yeah. It was like December, a year from last December. Yeah, sounds about right.
and I think and for them to end this chapter, for the manga to be wrapped up in a nice little package, we have to go through Kaguya getting resolved, and then finding some way for Sasuke to actually want to fight Naruto. That's a big transition to make in these chapters. I don't know how quickly they can be made. 'Cause there has to be some catalyst for it.
Yeah, because Kaguya's smart. She'll go fight Sasuke right now. Because he can't take the Black Zetsu off of him. If she was smart, go fight Sasuke.
Yeah, then they split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think about it. Kaguya is going to face off against Naruto by himself, and is she going to teleport into the desert world to sway Sasuke, or is she going to try to fight him?
Naruto can defend himself a little bit against her. Sasuke can too, but these are two monsters. He only takes one lick, Kaguya hitting, either one of them. It'd probably do some major damage.
Yeah, but let me ask you y'all a question. How do you see how do y'all see the transition that happened? Oh, I'm sorry. How do y'all see the transition happening from Kaguya facing off against Naruto and Sasuke going to it being now finally Sasuke against Naruto?
Well, the transition is going to. I don't know how they're going to pull it, but it's one thing that's been clear: is Sasuke doesn't like Naruto, Naruto doesn't like Sasuke, and their worldviews are not the same. So,
Right.
as soon as the common enemy's over, it is pretty clear that whatever Orochimaru's plan was, or what have you, or however it shapes up, then it's going to be something very different. So.
Yeah, the one thing that'd be lame is she do shadow claws. No, that's kind of what I don't want to see.
I want to point out one thing. Is remember how much Sasuke knows about what's going on. Even he said, remember, he says, we got to wait for, when they were in his Susanoo, he knew, he says, we got to wait on the tree. He knows a lot of what's going on. As Orochimaru has explained a lot of what's happening here, right? So, at some point, whenever Orochimaru gets free and what have you, and all this stuff happens, like I say, then we get into, it'll be Sasuke, Orochimaru, whatever that plan is going to come out. So we still need to see that plan. We still need to see, as you said, Sasuke and Naruto. We still need to find out more about Kaguya, and we need Black Zetsu, and there's a whole lot more stuff we want to know anyhow. I was guessing July this year, and I was wrong.
You wouldn't have a channel then, so you should be happy.
So, then again, I thought that I didn't think that Obito was
So resilient.
Toby. So, huh?
I didn't think Naruto would be so resilient. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, he's pretty crazy.
He definitely has that Senju DNA mixed in with him real good.
Well, he laughs at the Senji, man. This dude laughs at everybody. This guy is something. I fall over. I'm unconscious, falling over lava. What's the chance of me dying? I'm Obito. It's 0. But anyway, I'm sorry to backtrack on that. But anyway, we're making good progress. That's just too easy, the Obito stuff. But so yeah, there's way too much stuff to go, and yeah, so it's looking more like toward the end of this year, or the beginning of next year.
Yeah, because how long did the Sasuke and Naruto, how long did the first fight between those two last? Was it like 20, 25, 30 chapters?
Well, in the Valley of the End,
Yeah.
probably like 15, 17.
Oh, okay.
Cause they ain't really fought that long. So
A lot of
I have a question. I just now remember something during one of the animes. All right, what's that guy? What's that guy's name that had the twin swords? That's one of the legendary swordsmen that was under the female Mizukage. I don't know if you remember. It's a guy. It's a little boy with glasses, and he has a shark sword.
Oh yeah.
Like
I remember.
he had an Ace of Spades sword.
Yeah. All right. He fought the Black Zetsu, and the Black Zetsu died. Like, I thought, is there only one Black Zetsu, or there's like multiple, like the White Zetsu?
But he never really killed him though. You know, the upper half of his body was still, kicking.
Yeah.
They should have just burnt him to make sure. We could have been said, yeah, he's dead for sure. But they left the door open, only cutting them in half.
Well, if you notice, usually
Cut 'em out.
Black Zetsu was separated. Did you ever notice that? Usually it was just half we go this way and half the other was at the same spot.
Yeah. Like, it always traveled differently, and then it just grouped together when it fights, I guess.
Yeah, I think Black Zetsu seems like he's the dark part of nature chakra.
Well, yeah, like you just said, it could have been another half. Because in the flashback, he was whole, a Black Zetsu. But suddenly he just was half. When Madara, touched the White Zetsu and made him half.
Right.
It could have been that other half, too.
Man, after talking with you guys here, I'm definitely thinking like next year. This is a lot, man. There's a lot to cover. And I have to say, I hope we can get everybody in here when this is done, because this is probably going to be I don't know if it'd be 2 weeks of solid discussion. It'd probably be over a week. Good week to 10 days after it's done to process it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Inception.
We want
Yeah.
Naruto's son next to show his journey.
I just hope we're not too pissed off at the end of it. But
It does seem like that is coming. That's coming. Like, was it? What is it like this? Really?
Yeah, when you got something so great, it's kind of hard to pull off the perfect ending. I'm not saying it's gonna be the case, but you know, Naruto's.
No, if you one of us who waited for Watchmen to come out, there's really no good way to end the movie or end the series. Everybody's gonna be happy and say, yeah, it should end it that way.
so the Watchmen came out what in the 80s?
Came out in the
Graphic
80s.
novels, yeah.
Yeah, then when the movie finally came out, we were underwhelmed.
It's a long way. All right. Well, I tell you what. Is there anything more you guys want to talk about Naruto-wise before we go ahead and move on? We can chat a little bit afterward. Is there anything Naruto-wise you guys want to?
I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm going through like the pages.
But this character probably not be important, but then you have to look at the moon to be in that Jinjutsu. So couldn't Kabuto could have escaped? I'm not saying he's important at all, but I'm just wondering.
You saying some of them might have been able to escape it?
Well,
somehow?
Kabuto in particular, because you know it's Snake Eyes. He don't have to, you know, he's technically not seeing if you don't have to look at the moonlight.
He might use some kind of dragon sage technique, or I don't know. There's some people that might have been able to escape it for various reasons. It's been
I'm not saying he's gonna be important at all. Well, that's
If-
Universal Kage, you know, can't break some people out. I'm pretty sure he can at least break, you know, 5 people out. Yeah.
If that's the case, then like Steve knows, everything what the manga does, what the manga does, it kind of corresponds with the manga and the anime. I think Orochimaru will break out of it because in the anime he took over the body of a Zetsu. So does that make him a Zetsu that he could break himself free earlier?
Yeah, Orochimaru, I'm surprised they showed him particularly, you know. I'm pretty sure he knew that was coming, you know. I'm surprised he looked at it, you know.
But that part, that's been kind of frustrating also because we've been told that Kaguya did this same jutsu before, a long time ago,
yeah.
and apparently not everyone got caught in it. But now there's only several folks who get caught in it now, and it's like the only way she can lose is if she defeats herself again. So that's one of the inconsistencies with the manga I think about sometimes, but I don't get too caught up in.
A lot of things that aren't explained out very well, and sometimes you kind of wonder because sometimes we talk about it and we go, well, if they just say this or that, that would make more sense, or it'd flesh it out. But it's a lot. I mean, he's created a big world. He's done a lot of stuff over generations, and you know, it's hard to you know, when he, like he said, you know, he didn't plan. He does two things. He didn't plan things out as well. He's admitted that. He wished he would have planned it out better in the beginning, right? And so he's made changes to go along, and you know, he created way too many characters, and you know, so there's a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of issues, and it just, you know, just the way it is. It's a lot of greatness in there. It's just rushed. It's just rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have dealt with fewer characters and a more in-depth story. But you know, but you know, the same reason why I don't like some of the same reason why I don't like the mangas are the same reasons I keep reading it every week. So I mean, I do enjoy it. This was the bottom line. I just wish some things were more hashed out.
Some amazing characters in here. There's no shortage of amazing characters.
I just we had more Uchiha time. You know, in
What?
the anime or manga, I just wanted to see more Uchihas because, you know, when we finally got to Naruto, all of them was dead besides Sasuke and, you know, Itachi. He was a rogue ninja. We didn't know what about him. So I just would have liked to see more Uchihas. You know, story-wise.
Yeah, that'd have been great. Because I really enjoyed the if they could have played up more of the what's I'm looking for?
Yeah, I wish we
The,
got it like. You can go.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead. I interrupted you.
No, I'm saying if we had more of the tension between Uchiha and the main village earlier, I would have really enjoyed that. You know, before they were all dead.
Yeah, just imagine you chill massacre like we had an impact on it. You know, when we saw it, oh, they are dead. So I just wish we saw them fight more. You know, interact with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're lucky that we got the filler. That they were using filler to fill in that stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah,
You know,
like
we get Shisui and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I still don't like how Dunzo took his eye. Threw punches to the stomach, ripped it out.
That was
Danzo,
cool.
Never mind, I shouldn't go there.
Danzo didn't play around, man. If he wants your eye, he's just gonna walk up and suck it out of your head.
You know, how can he rip it out like that without crushing it if he can put enough force in there? Never mind. I'm going too far with it.
And use
got
it, right? No recoup time. Zero recoup time, too. Pop it
Apparently,
out, use it right on you, huh?
apparently Donzo was Bill's teacher.
I see if he beat him up a little bit. Like he took him out, you know, fully healthy. Roughed him up.
He wasn't expecting. He wasn't ready.
I tell you what, Donzo, I love to hate that guy. That guy, I thought he had redeeming, characteristics and stuff. He was just, no, this guy's just evil.
Just overall evil.
Yeah.
I don't think Donzo's evil.
His intentions is not evil. It's just all the stuff he's doing to get to his intentions are evil.
But it makes him evil.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just all the stuff that he's doing, but he pretty much wants the Hidden Leaf Village to grow to be like this dominant village, but all the stuff he was doing makes him bad.
Y'all want to know what the greatest mystery is in Naruto?
What?
Listen,
How in the heck the first Hokage died? He got killed off. Just imagine how the village would have turned off.
I think it explains that. I'm not sure, but I know it was explained how he died.
I think it was due to a gambling debt.
Yeah.
Who could have killed him? Who could have killed him?
I think Tsunade took him out because she lost. She had too many gambling debts herself.
She was 6 years old.
She took him out.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing any explanation as to how he died. I mean, the first or really the second. I don't see how the second could have really died.
The
Well,
second
we-
one did die in the filler. The second
Yeah.
died in the filler, they showed that.
Yeah, but I don't see how. It's like,
Yeah, he was too strong to die against ordinary ninjas.
yeah. If it was the Kingaku or Shingaku, whoever they were, the ones who ate the meat of the red of the Nine Tails beast.
Yeah.
It doesn't balance out.
There's too many off-panels things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect the second Hokage to be that strong. I thought his brother just was the monster. You know.
I don't know who runs this. I don't know who's the people above Kishimoto that run this, but they should have at some point went in and they should have said, "This is what we're going to do. You're going to take 2 months off, like a 2-month hiatus,
They should've been-
and start pulling this stuff together, and then from time to time, we're going to go and we're going to start exploring out, and we're going to add another 5 years onto this, just so you can start explaining these characters out. I mean, they could have done it.
Just imagine
Yeah.
doing something for 15 years and never taking a break, you know. Well, not really. And you just gotta keep going, keep pushing it out.
Yeah, because Hashi's storyline that could have been a whole series by itself.
Yeah, I'd love to see him and Madara, you know, just in the past, you know, get some, you know, really good fights of them fighting, you know, Uchiha versus Senju. Just
Yeah.
before that, you know, even when the village came together, just imagine them working together, going out doing missions or something.
Exactly.
They stopped doing missions, you know, that was too powerful if we think about it.
Yeah, think about I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, but
No, go ahead. No, it's me. Go ahead.
what I found really interesting is after all that happened, you know, when Hashi came back recently, he still was. He still called Madara his friend, even though he murdered him.
They had to kill him though. One of them had to die.
Hey, he had one of them had to go, but he still called him his friend. Though that's that's why Madara's still obviously happy to see him again. So
I
that.
respect him though. Truly respects him.
I have a theory of how the first Hokage died. Remember when Madara did the Zigami? Do you think Madara did his Rinnegan and killed the first?
Well, he didn't kill the first. He died.
We don't know how he died.
No,
He got killed off. That's how he died.
After Madara, quote unquote, died, but not really, he actually fought. If I remember right, he fought. Remember the guy that was partnered up with Hedon?
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't remember.
The guy that had the 5 different chakra natures that he could separate from his body.
Yeah.
He fought that guy. Well, actually, that guy fought a clone. A wood clone of the first.
And he still got beat.
He got the heck out of there. And it was supposedly, if I remember correctly from reading, that's what drove this guy to become a zombie, because he's like, I can't, and like I say, but he didn't. I don't even think he didn't even know that was just a clone. That's how powerful the first was, right? So then what was it? The thing was Madara was the only one that could see the real first.
Yeah, when
He had his clone out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this guy was so bad. He would just let his clone go out and kick their ass. He's just sitting back, chilling,
Yeah, I didn't expect him and Madara to be that strong. I expected them to be strong, but that was on a whole nother level.
Yeah, Kishimoto did an awesome job of those are 2 awesome characters. Their abilities, all their stuff. Yeah, pretty amazing.
I mean, Naruto and them had the Sage of 6 Paths power just to surpass. I was kind of going in my mind like.
Well, I don't think he's. Well, he's probably after he died and came back like Jesus, he's probably stronger now. But before, even when he was able to distribute chakra, he still wasn't the same as Hashi.
Yeah, they still was stronger than him. Madara could have, he could have killed him.
Yeah, he didn't take him serious. But still, I don't get it. I mean, that is what I don't get.
What?
Well, first of all, how Hashi died. There's nobody out there who could have took him out.
That's what I was saying. It was either Madara or it was nobody, because he got killed off. That's the only way. Oh, he had a heart disease. If you want to go that lane route, all right.
High cholesterol? Is that what you're saying? Well, he did drink and gamble, so.
Okay, maybe that.
Everybody want those cells, so I'm pretty sure his body can handle it better than anybody's.
Right, he would be the last person to die.
Yeah, to die.
I really think that either somebody killed him or he sacrificed himself for the village.
There's no way somebody killed him.
I think he got poisoned.
Probably poison. I would roll with that. Somebody got rid of him.
Because all the Hokage sacrificed themselves for the village, like the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. So I think the first must have been in some type of huge battle and sacrificed himself for the village.
It is amazing that we don't know that. We know at least the idea of what was going on when the 2nd said, "I'll stay behind when you guys run," and and you're going to be the 3rd Hokage, and Danzo, you're a coward, so you didn't step up, even though I wanted you to be, because we think more alike. So at least we know that, but I mean, it's crazy that the first we don't know. I mean, when you sit back and think about how much we don't know in this manga that we should, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much most of him and the Senju and the Uzumaki, we don't know yet.
The Senju probably just changed their name, throughout the future.
Yeah, and we still don't know who's Lady Tsunade's father. We don't know who's the first Hokage's child or whatever. It's all like a lot of loopholes and empty holes and stuff.
I'm surprised he was weak though, with the first Hokage cells and that Uzumaki. woman cells running through him, and she had the nine tails in her. I'm pretty sure he had some amazing chakra. Well, at least DNA wise to be, a good
Yeah.
ninja.
You
But
know,
we never
Mito,
heard of him. We don't even know his name.
and
I'm
Mito
not
ain't
taking.
had to give up the kid, had to give up the nine tails. Not that, baby.
But
All
really, the
right.
seal just weakened. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean.
there's a lot. There's a lot here. Well, anyway, let's go ahead. Is there anything you guys kind of quickly want to go ahead and while we're wrapping this up, go ahead and touch on or something before we go ahead and end this week's?
683 predictions.
Yeah, if you yeah, any predictions?
It's hard to predict this one. I can't do it.
I think the Kaguya gonna split herself in half, and then one side fighting Naruto and the other fighting Sasuke.
If she does, well, if that does happen, the main guy it's gonna keep going. It ain't gonna be no great stuff.
And then Kakashi, um, S- Sakura is gonna help Obito probably wake up or something.
You got Jesus right beside him. And Naruto.
Yep.
It's a Naruto Jesus.
Yeah, Sakura's useless right now. Steve said it earlier. No, off camera.
And I hate it. Like, almost everybody I've heard. I think James, you said. I think we've all said it at some point. I wish she was awesome. I wish Kishimoto was doing something with her, but he isn't.
She was at one point, and then she just went downhill.
Well, she got all the power ups that you can possibly imagine she could have got. I'd assume now these powers she got them.
Yeah, she got it.
She shouldn't even have that, but she got it. So.
She's the best mediocre character in Naruto.
all right. Let's go ahead and any more predictions here before we go ahead and wrap up.
Oh, my prediction is
please.
that Kaguya will be taught no jutsu by Naruto and his harem of clones, his man horse. What you got, Steve?
Well, probably minus the reverse harem, but that's kind of scary if she gets taught, because that could happen. That's a scary thing. But then where would that lead? I mean, and then we get back. Conley Bob Nine, he said that Madara will be fighting her from the inside, right? So, if he can start to emerge, and that may be, like I said, that may be the answer. I think I've already mentioned this, is why she's not mentally able to focus as much, because she's having to suppress Madara, right? And use all her abilities, right?
Yeah.
So if you could think about if Madara, and James, I guess what you're saying is she's using Madara as a power source, right?
Yeah.
So basically she's the Jinchuriki to Madara.
Yeah, she had reverse summon to him or something, or
Yeah.
and he's in the pod inside of her body somewhere, and if they can shrink themselves inside and cut him out, she might be easier to defeat.
Yeah. But so that means she can't use 100% of her powers because she's got to suppress. Well, I don't know. Is she suppressing this thing? But she's also. But that is. It's kind of it's a reverse-tailed beast thing. It's where the Jinchuriki, is that much more powerful than tailed beast. But the tailed beast is still something that has to be, the power has to be in check or whatever.
Right. The tail beast is a separate entity, and they have to use part of their chakra to suppress it or keep it inside of them. That's what I'm thinking. And same thing with most characters who got their strength from absorbing other people. So they if they have them inside of them, they have to suppress them. The part of their ability is reserved just for keeping their power. And I like saying Dragon Ball Z, but in general, it's eventually going to be mano a mano with one of those characters. I don't think this fight can't end with on the power of friendship. Someone's going to have to outdo the other person, and they might just enjoy fighting.
Well, I want to tie together. Hold on, Life. I want to tie two things together. It could be that Naruto buys enough time, and whatever he and Obito do for Madara to they can weaken her or something enough to where Madara can exert his will or something. That might be what happens. But what you got, Life in the Boot?
You know, whenever Madara get out, because I want to believe that. Does he even want to fight? Because this whole dream is a lie. He read the tablet. He thought that was the key. You know, all you cheers thought that was the key, but it was a lie. So,
What? Like Setsu punked them all, man.
yeah. We
You
have to
guys
do
got
it.
punked.
They may be ready to give up the ghost. There was always that possibility.
Who,
No.
Madara?
Yeah, like she just destroyed. Like Madara was trying to restore his clan to be. Yeah, he was trying to restore his clan too. That's all the Chiefs have been trying to do, restore the clan to a position of power. But to find out that it's all been a lie, he may lose his resolve. May get separated from her and be no more good to anybody.
No, the only way to achieve peace in Naruto seems like is through hard work, like Hiroshima was trying to do. You know, negotiate with other people, learn yourself.
Well, I mean, there are two ways to achieve peace in Naruto's world. It's either one you have to either subjugate one group in order for everyone else to prosper. You know, your Uchiha was subjugated so the rest of the ninja world could prosper, or everyone has to come into an agreement, which is the harder route.
You know, the first Hokage tried that agreement one. You know,
No, the first second Hokage subjugated the Uchihas, whether they
I
wanted
think
to.
they
Or not.
kind of wanted it themselves too, though.
Well, I think
You know,
Hashi wanted to have Madara be the leader of it all, but no one wanted. But everyone else wanted Hashi to be the leader because maybe he was more personable.
no, just imagine all the stuff Madara did in the past. You know, here's the reason why nobody liked him.
Hashi
Not
did the
even
same.
the Uchiha liked him in the past. You know, get out the village.
But Hashi did the same thing.
You know, you got to leave out because you're trying to destroy. You know what we're trying to build.
But Hashi did the same thing. He was just on the winning side.
I'm talking about after they got together. You remember Madara started going on this little rampage to the Uchiha, you know, get out there trying to, you know, enslave us, you know, on this blah blah. And the Uchiha basically told him to get out. That's why he left, because none of the Uchiha really wanted to follow him.
Yeah, they were trying to fight him, but I'm saying that in general, history is written by the winners.
Yeah, I get you what you're saying about that.
So I mean, Hashirama killed a lot of Uchihas in his day, and then so same thing for Madara, but Madara was the one viewed as the bad guy. I mean, if Madara didn't agree in the first place to Madara and his people didn't agree in the first place to a truce, the village couldn't have been created.
They was getting slaughtered. It seemed
Yeah.
like they would have been annihilated if they kept on going during the war. Senju would have won.
Well, Hashirama went to the extent of saying, I'll kill myself for peace, and I'll
No, he
make
didn't want to kill his
Mama and
brother,
everybody
really.
else swear
Yeah.
to not hurt you or whatever after it's done. I mean, I think it was clear to everybody that one, he was the strongest. He won. He did win. Okay.
Yeah.
Strength
It
does
seems like-
matter.
He could have been killed Madara in the past. It seemed like how they was going back with it. He always let him get away or something like that. Madara.
I think he felt sorry for him because the only reason Madara kept coming back was because his brother died. You know, he wanted some kind of revenge against the folks who killed his family.
And a lot of people want to see that battle too, between Tobirama and his brother.
Yeah, that wasn't really a fight.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be that good.
Okay.
I'd be disappointed.
All right. Well, I guess on that note, I guess it was a pretty good discussion overall. Like I say, I want to make sure we move along and get things done, but I'm a little nostalgic too because this will be over at some point, so we'll make sure we get everything out. All right. This is the last call. Is there anything you guys want to bring up before we go ahead and close it up?
No, I'm pretty much done.
Sean's done. Wife in the boot.
I don't want to spam your video even more, so I keep it at
All
that.
right. Okay. Well, if you got something, throw it out there. I did ask James. You got anything?
I'm spent.
Okay, we're spent. We've done it. We're at the end of it. And as I usually pester people, if you get some time, this is about Naruto, but we're at the end of it. And Hunter x Hunter, everybody. Check it out. You just may enjoy it. All right. Appreciate it, Ray. You guys were awesome. This was a lot of fun. And until next time, take care.